Hey everyone, it's Karen, and today I wanted to share a little bit of information with you about real estate. I would not be the leader that I am in this industry if it wasn't for the information that I have to share with you. So let me take things back a bit to, let's say, January 1st, 2020. What I know is that we started out this quarter incredibly strong. New York City has seen things slow down over the last 2 years, 2018 and 2019, and finally we were starting to see the light in January and February of 2020. However, we all know what happened in early March, and with that, new systems kind of went into play, and it is definitely impacting the real estate market. As of a few days ago, the real estate brokers were deemed non-essential. What that means is that we are no longer able to show property in person. Now, for some of you, you may be thinking, well, then I can't see a home. But for others of you, you may be thinking, what about video? What about virtual tours? Exactly. You may know that I'm one of those people who often does videos for my listings, but I will tell you that a lot of agents are out there and they're pulling their listings because they were not ready to show their listings virtually. Right now, it's the time to be resourceful, and I am one of those people. So, first of all, I want to say that we were entering this time, whatever we want to call this, a recession, a depression. What we do know is that it is not being caused by the housing market. In many markets, housing is at an all-time low. There's way too much demand and not enough inventory. Compared to 2008, we went into that recession because of the housing market, because of those loans, right? That is what got us into that mess, and we slowly crept out. Now, you may be thinking, well, a lot of listings are coming off the market, or I'm not really seeing anything new these days, and that's for obvious reasons, right? Number one, we can't show it. Number two, move-ins have been suspended. Number three, a lot of the essential people that we need at the closing table or to help us through the process are simply not set up to support this kind of pandemic and these circumstances. What I recently heard actually is that appraisers are now being told that they could appraise by doing a drive-by or by going online and looking at photos. They are adapting. A lot of attorneys, in fact, I'm doing a sale right now where instead of 6 attorneys being at a closing table, there will be no closing table. And all of those attorneys and the buyers and the sellers are doing everything virtually and via the mail. In fact, even board interviews, for any of you who have ever bought or sold, you know that the process to go through the sale process is incredibly time consuming. And we're waiting for people to push paper and then boards to find time to meet in person. Now, I recently heard of a Park Avenue building that did an interview over Skype before a package was even submitted. All I'm saying is that people are adapting, and I truly do believe that once we get out of this, only those that are prepared with their finances and with their resources and working with a really great team will come out of this ahead and be able to take advantage of whatever the market might be. I do believe, regardless of where you are, that there will be a lot of demand in all cases, right? Imagine you might be one of those people who's stuck at home with somebody that, well, you might not like them anymore. So you might be thinking, it's time for me to get a new home. You might be thinking, this home is not set up for 4 people in a 2-bedroom apartment. I need a bigger home. You may be thinking, wow, this is a lot of space that I now have to clean every day because I'm home and there's more dust and I don't have access to my cleaning person. I want to downsize. You may also be one of those renters who was thinking about buying, who now, because of the stock market, is no longer able to qualify. So what I'm predicting is that the rental market could see a spike in demand, which we all know what might happen. That could mean a shortage of inventory. So I have all these predictions, and like I said at the beginning, this is about being resourceful and it's about being prepared. So what I've done to prepare myself for getting through this time and out of the gate once we get out of this is preparing a listing presentation that can be done virtually. So you could see everything, all of the marketing that I will do, all from the comfort of your home or wherever you might be. If you're thinking about buying, let's discuss the current systems and processes and what might happen down the road, because I do predict that our systems and processes are going to become more efficient. They simply have to. And for those of you that are renting, we need to come up with a plan. You need to know what your rights are as a tenant, whether you can be evicted, when you should renew, how much notice you need to give, how much you might be able to negotiate off your lease. These are all things that we really should be talking about. Most economists are predicting a V curve, V, in terms of what might happen. Not a U, right, over a long amount of time. Most are predicting that as soon as we get out of this and as soon as everybody's healthy, that the doors will open up. And just like on, Black Friday, people will charge through the doors, getting out there, looking for new inventory, looking to transact. So if you're thinking about buying, if you're thinking about selling, let's talk about it now. Let's talk about what's happening, ways that we could keep you safe, perhaps ways that we could get you into apartments. If you're curious, if you've maybe seen something online that came off the market, there are still ways of transacting without physically meeting and without physically seeing the home. So if you have any questions, please let me know. Again, I want to be here as a resource to you. My thought is for you and your safety and your health, but I also am very aware of my responsibility as a real estate broker and a leader in this industry, and the fact that housing is one of the 3 most essential human needs, even if our governor says that we're not essential. Anyway, let me know if you have questions. Bye.